Rodgers will end up finishing his career outside of Green Bay. Favre said the Packers burned the bridge to Rodgers when they traded up to draft quarterback Jordan Love in the first round. So, Skip, is Favre right about all of this?
Yes, he's right, but he's upside down in how he's looking at it because he doesn't understand this is what the Packers wanted from the start. But before I quickly explain that, allow me to say that all of us out there watching this show, all of us here on Undisputed, we've all seen things over the last couple of months we've never seen in our lives. And all of a sudden, this also qualifies because I never thought I would hear Brett Favre speaking for Aaron Rodgers. For the longest, he wouldn't even speak to Aaron Rodgers or vice versa. And all of a sudden, Brett Favre is Aaron's big brother. He's his PR director, his confidant, his spokesman. Well, what is happening? Day is night, night is day. It's bizarro world. And Brett Favre has gone mad. Brett and Aaron have both gone mad because they're suddenly blood brothers, and I never saw that coming. But because Brett has now gotten so close to Aaron that he's speaking for him after speaking to him, that he's lost objectivity on what is actually transpiring here. Yes, the bridge is burned because the Packers lit the match. They intentionally poured the gasoline underneath the bridge and set it on fire because they want out from under Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre is painting this as if the Packers screwed up. They made a huge mistake here. They stumbled into something that is going to turn on them and explode in their face. Nope. They did all this on purpose because they're seeing what I've been trying to tell Shannon for 3 years. Aaron Rodgers statistically is in decline. As Bob McGinn, who covered the Packers for almost 40 years and gives grades to the quarterbacks every year, keeps saying, Aaron had 2 pedestrian years the last 2 years. Gave him C pluses for those 2 years. And on top of that, he's a diva. He is a blame deflecting finger pointer, and he's hard to live with. And Matt LaFleur finally just said, I've seen enough. I've had enough of his act, as McGinn wrote yesterday. So now Brett Favre isn't seeing the forest for the trees that are all on fire right now because in the end, they want to move on from Aaron. They're going to try to move on from him next year by handing the ball more to A.J. Dillon, who they took in the second round out of Boston College, 250 pounds, ran 4.5 at the combine, just a straight-ahead Derrick Henry of a back. They're going to try to pound the rock next year and take the ball more and more out of Aaron's hands as they wait for a year or two to see if Jordan Love is as great as they think. And as soon as they have their opening, now they're hoping that Aaron Rodgers does demand a trade. I think they would love to be able to trade out from under the money that Aaron is making. And I think sooner than later, Aaron Rodgers will be somebody else's quarterback. And then we'll see who was right about this, Packers or Aaron or Brett on this, because in the end, the Packers want out from under Aaron.
Skip Favre said, I talked to Rodgers. I'm not going to talk about what all we talked about, but he was, let's just say, surprised they went in that direction. Okay, you talked to Aaron, and now you coming out, Skip, and you saying all this, the bridge has been burned? Who said that? what are you talking about bridges? Skip, how you going to have a conversation with someone and just say, I'm not going to say what we talked about, but there was like bridges being burned. He was kind of like surprised that this happened. Everybody's going to automatically assume. Now, I wouldn't be surprised at some point if the general manager and the head coach and Brett sit down. Skip, I remember I was growing up and my aunts were still living at home, and my grandfather, and they would always be upset because either they couldn't go somewhere or he told them if they did go, they had to be home at a certain time. And my grandfather would come in from working in the fields, and he'd come in and everybody's sitting on the couch with their mouth stuck out. My grandfather would simply turn to all of them and say, you got something on your mind you want on your ass? Well, I don't think they can whip Aaron Rodgers like my grandfather would have done had they got out of line. But I do believe they're going to have a conversation, Skip. And I believe we're going to talk about this a little later. And I believe the conversation is going to get very, very uncomfortable. Because like you said, Aaron Rodgers has probably rubbed a lot of people in the media the wrong way. And I can assure you he's rubbed some people in the Packers the wrong way. Because Skip, he strikes me as a guy, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. The guy that has power, he's not afraid to use it and say certain things that as a person that was a good player and that got certain privileges that you never abuse. And so I'm looking at Aaron as like, y'all think y'all can do this to me? It's kind of like Lonzo in Training Day. You think you the police? I'm the police. I run this piece. And they say, no, you don't, Aaron. You don't run this piece anymore. You ran this piece. Now we're in charge here. We're taking it back. Skip, boy, this is a blow here. This is a blow because they traded up. Skip, it was one thing. He was already going to be upset that you took a quarterback. But the mere fact that you moved up, you gave up assets that you possibly could have used in order to help this team now for a player that's not going to help us now, that's going to help us down the road. Aaron Rodgers like, well, how in the hell does that help me down the road? I'm in the car right now. I'll worry about down the road when I get down the road. I get down the road. And y'all do this, Skip, they're going to have a conversation. I don't care. They're like, nah, everything's cool. Because remember, Skip, Aaron called Jordan Love and he was all yada yada. I said, bull jive. Bull jive. No quarterback's done. Nope. That's not how they wired, Skip. They're too competitive. And they realize, Skip, Tom Brady did everything he possibly could, Skip. That's why he fought so hard for that suspension. It wasn't the fact that he was going, yeah, he wanted to clear his name, Skip. How did he get the job? Someone presented him that opportunity, and he never left the field. He got, while he Wally pipped somebody, and he didn't want to get Wally pipped. So, like, And Aaron Rodgers knew. Brett Favre is speaking from experience. Aaron Rodgers is talking to someone that can relate to what he's going through. And I can assure you, when he's having these conversations, Skip, he didn't expect Brett to go on Rich Eisen and just talk about, well, I talked to. You're supposed to say, well, look, when it happened to me, this is how you do it, Skip. Man, when it happened to me, let me tell you what I was thinking. The bridges were burned. I'd have never mentioned I talked to Aaron. The bridges were burned. I was hurt because Aaron wasn't going to be able to help us in the next 2 to 3 years. He was going to be able to help them down the road. Okay, I get it. You want to build down the road, but how does that help me right now? But when you say I talked to Aaron and you talk about just my gut feeling, man, that's Aaron talking through you. You happen to be a ventriloquist. That's Aaron Rodgers. And you speaking for Aaron Rodgers. Because I believe everything that Brett said, Skip, that's what Aaron told him.
Okay, I got to backtrack. You just dared to say that the reason Tom Brady fought so hard in court over Deflategate was to protect his job? No.
I said I said he wanted to protect his legacy, but quarterback, Skip, if you think about this, Peyton Manning, even kneel downs, Peyton Manning did not want to give quarterbacks, don't want to give other quarterbacks an opportunity because they're like, well, hold on. He did pretty good. And he doing pretty good for $5 million. Well, I want to pay that guy $25 million. So you want to limit the opportunities that someone have to see your replacement. You want him to keep him. I don't know. Is he ready? No, no, Skip. Of course he wants to defend because they got this asterisk by his name. Tom Brady allegedly cheated. And some people believe he did. Some people believe he didn't. I don't care anything about that. Tom Brady was supposed to. You go down swinging. But I'm just saying, Skip, Tom Brady understood that there was a great chance these guys, Skip, and remember, it was what Coach Belichick saw in Tom Brady's absence that started the wheels rolling with Jimmy G. That was the start of it.
But the reason Brady fought so hard and so long, first in district court, then appeals court, was because his coach threw him under the bus first. And then it appeared to Tom and his inner circle that it appeared the NFL was willing to sacrifice Brady's legacy and reputation to punish the Patriots for all of their rules breaking that had come before.
Yeah.
That once and for all,
Yeah.
they wanted to, for Spygate and any number of other potential violations of rules, all the way back to the
I
first
agree.
two Super Bowl walkthroughs that some